and it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Welcome back, fellow Formula Sundays fans. We are back for the final race of the season, unfortunately still with very poor attention, I would not necessarily say, but definitely not the best. At least we have half a grid here. Yeah, apologies for last week again. Oh well, again. I actually had COVID. Which was not confirmed by Sunday then, but I was already feeling pretty shit, and so decided to ultimately not stream. And it was a race where two things, I think, primarily happened, being Seagull taking the Drivers' Championship and Aston Martin winning Constructors, both of that locked in. I have not seen any clips or so from last race actually, and I don't think there were any reports, not entirely sure. But yeah, at least we're back once more for what is probably going to be the last race streamed, at least for this year. Because on the upcoming weekends we will have a Rocket Sundays playoffs that will be streamed if people are available, given it's like pre-Christmas time. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, of course, but yeah, would be fun to see some Rocket League again on stream here. For today, though, we're watching Formula Sundays, namely one of the hybrids, I guess, as Cherry has had loads of experience in Rocket Sundays as well, but yeah, he's made a name for himself in Formula Sundays too. And we're now gonna see if he is going to be able to finally get that first win of the season in the last race. I assume Seagull this time around will be starting from the back. He's got the championship locked in. I mean, he's announcing it for every single race, but yeah, there's really not much that would hold him back here. But yeah, we were gonna see. Anything else about the drivers? I mean, not entirely sure. Kareem here in the kick is actually louder. And otherwise it's pretty much the known suspects we know and love for their continuous efforts for driving in this league. Bull, Williams, Alpine and Aston. And then, of course, Janman, Fanta, and Cherry here. So, first lap, gonna be set by Cherry. I think, like, ideally you can do 26.9s, I think Seagull said. So 27 is probably not horrible. Glenn Selk here also already doing reasonably well. A couple of Inter runners. Not gonna PB. Amq with the Alpine, but yeah, he is not using any energy. And Fanta goes 27.1, so current fastest lap. Let's see. It's it 26.8. Seems like qualifying is a little bit faster than time trial pace, so whoever was reporting their 26.9 PBs wasn't Seagull. Maybe it was Eric, actually. Ah, no. Only I had opened the Discord. We're gonna do that real quick, actually. Fuck. lobby and stuff. Okay, MQ set 27.3, Seagull set 26.9 actually. So yeah, Seagull pace 26.9. Meaning that whatever Sid doing is... I was about to say whatever Sid's doing is already looking really good, and then he got disqualified for driving wrong way on track. Opposite of good looking. Oh boy. MQ is actually rally driving here. Slow car there. Banter, if I saw that correctly, should be the only car with any orange. Headed into the pits. Henneman and Eric already back on their way out. Both of them having abandoned their first hot lap initially. And even though there was like a okay. Yeah, I was like, MQ is not that far off, but he's actually a second behind Cherry. That hefty drift that we've seen certainly did not help him. Going on board with Eric, who supposedly is not very good at this track. Eagle also disqualified. Cool. Okay, yeah. Sid was also intending to start from the back. And he kind of forgot that apparently. Then set a banging qualifying time. And had to disqualify. So yeah. Sid and Seagull, two favorites for the win, I'd say, with Seagull being able to post 26.9s and Sid with his 26.8, both of them would be faster than the rest of the field as of now. But Fant and Glenn not too far off pace-wise, and considering that track evolution and qualifying is a little bit of a thing, we might even see others breach the 26 times. Well, for now, let's see if Eric can get a lap together. I think he was the one who reported to struggle a lot in time trial. But he also said he bottles it every lap in time trial now. So that he only has clean laps left for the race, so... Maybe great things to come from the Williams. Maybe he just didn't bottle it often enough in time trial yet. We will find out, I guess. That was okay. So slid a little bit through the end of Maggots and Beckett's there. This one looked reasonably well with the speed. I think the second lift that Eric did here is slightly suboptimal. Ideally, you only want to do that first one. And 27.3, that is at least in reach of the top of the grid. Okay, Kingsman is on an outlap. Janneman has just set a 27.7. Sorry for Little Bro, he had to play Civilization with us until 10 minutes before the start. Not really practice or warm up. Let's see what Lauda can do. Negotiated the Copse corner quite well. Decent line through here. Turns I've never figured out in my racing career. Everybody seems to be taking them smoother than I do. Yeah, gotta be really accurate with your line through there. That did not look too fast. This was also definitely off track and illegal. But yeah, if the game lets him do that, I guess we will let him do that too. 27.7, just behind Janneman. Who we're looking at here? Fanta maybe? Looks to be next top contender, setting a lap. I mean, Kingsman is out there somewhere still. I think he is on a hot lap. probably he's gonna be able to improve a little bit as well from here. But yeah, let's stick with Fanta for now. Going on to the old pit straight. Yeah, right. Lauda, who is that? I know that you're loud. It says in the Twitch chat. No, but I'll also know it's you. Yeah. So Fanta. Let's see what he can do. Final chicane here to go. Lock up on the front left a little bit. And that's a 26.5. Honestly looking real good if the projected time trial pace that Seagull has is a 26.9. Lauda. Fanta could be very scary here. Then also on a hot lap. Got through that first half of the track quite alright. I always keep forgetting it because like it's not like it doesn't have any slower parts, but Silverstone's actually such a fast track here. I think highest average speed. Take a lot of these turns full speed, even though it doesn't look like it. Even this one here. I don't know, I feel like it looks sharper than it really is. They take so much speed through that. Only go down to 5th gear here. Probably the slowest part of the track. That one chicane. And oh boy, Vanselk with a stunner as well here. 26.7. Who is currently on outlaps? I think Eric and Janeman are next. MQ might have just started his lap. No. May have forgotten to turn off ERS in his outlap and then did not have enough to set an actual lap. What did Eric do? Oh, he cut the track in the last few turns and thus got the next lap invalidated. That is unfortunate, of course. So, let's jump on board with the Mercedes here. Janeman should be the only one on an actual hot lap right now. That's not even my real name. Yeah, Cope. Accidentally dodging. Bro, my brain is fried today. Doxing yourself. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Man, today is like just such a cooked day. Was headed out to the city to visit a Christmas market. Because it's that time of the year again. Just to find out, after googling there when everything was dead, that today is apparently some sort of holiday, and all of them have closed. Drove to the city for nothing, just there and back again. Oh boy. I also did get an alarm set for the race in the morning, and then I woke up from the alarm and I just decided I couldn't be asked to stand up and watch F1. But it was apparently a Mercedes masterclass, so very interesting to see. So, ooh, MQ slides out there. Can't quite continue the fast run there. But yeah, Mercedes definitely seemed like the team that was furthest away from being the second best team, I guess. Or like being up in the mix with the top 5. Like Yeah, McLaren really shit today. Red Bull expectedly mid, I guess. And then just... Oh boy. Man, you Arab guys really like that drift there. What the frick? MQ did the exact same mistake. But nobody else is out on track, so I guess we're gonna watch Lauda here finish his lap. Maybe he even just starts another on full energy still if his tires are not absolutely cooked yet. I mean, he can't go in and out at this point, so yeah, he'll have to start another hot lap on these tires. He wants another chat. If he wants another chance. Oh boy. Yeah, and everybody's flying out of the pits. MQ probably gonna be leaving soon as well. If he wants another try, that is. He's happy with where he's at. He can of course just not bother. And he retired, yeah. I mean, it's probably way too close to get there in time. Let's see, can he survive this time? It does look that way. It's not touching the curb at all there, on the inside. Flying towards cops. Managing that very nicely. Now through maggots and crickets. And out we go. What is this? Great hold again. Like, no, I'm not gonna try. I'm just gonna embarrass myself. Last chicane. That is definitely suboptimal use of the sausage curb there. Almost flipping out the track. And that is... yeah, a slight improvement, but he's still just behind Jannemann, 4,000. May have really been that jumping over the sausage curb there. Do not make it before the Mercedes. So, we've already seen Glenn Selk. I think I'm just gonna jump on board with Kingsman here. At least until we see the Delta. Okay, no, that's not a fast lap. Neither is the start of Glen Selk's, but middle sector is where you make up a lot of time. As the first sector is pretty much only one braking zone. Yeah, he made up a little bit of time. It's likely not gonna be enough to end up ahead of Fanta. Okay, that's legal. And that's a slight improvement, but it's not enough for Fanta in the end. Who looks like he's improving even further. What's Jannemann doing? Invalid lap, okay. So yeah, we're gonna have McLaren on pole here. Who tied his previous time? Not entirely sure. The number was the same as his PB time, but... yeah, it must have been very close. It doesn't matter. Fanta on top, closely contested with Glenn Selk there. And a little bit of a gap to Eric. Jaron Jannemann following after that, and then we have Lauda and MQ, former teammates, and Kingsman in 8th before Sid and Seagull, who decided to start from the back in the start. So yeah, That's gonna be our grid for the final race of this season. We're gonna see this play out. In a few moments, I guess. I mean, formation episode. Oh. MQ has left the session. That is suboptimal. Oh no. He's even offline. That is very unfortunate. Waiting for players. Who is it? Doesn't matter. Seems like we're going. Oh, and we do have a lot of soft runners and some medium runners, which is indicating to me that soft medium is a valuable strat here. I'm gonna try to get MQ back in as long as we're still in formation lap. But yeah, Sid and Seagull both on the mediums is interesting. I think usually when you see people wanting to go all the way through the field as they have to do here, they oftentimes pick a softer compound. So they have the advantage and can drive the overtakes against the other cars. Here opting for the average compound, I guess, with the mediums. We're about to line up on the grid. And then we're gonna see our last start of the season. In the UK. Oh, perfect parking job by these guys. So I think Piastri has gotten a wrong start for what Glenn Selk is doing here. Oh wow, that went quick. Yara's disabled, as it should be on race start. Lights are out and away we go. And that seems like a very strong start by Cherry here, who is already past one of the Williams here. Glenn Selk stays in P2, can't quite attack Phantominum yet. As they are, yeah, going into turn 2 nice and in order. Further back, there is some swapping position. Eric did get spun around a little bit there, and yeah, thus did get crashed into by some of the other drivers. But overall, I think everybody just about survived. MQAI, of course, far back. If I saw that correctly, I think he did not get to rejoin yet. And Eric is fighting for position with Janneman here. Oh, further up here, this is still very close between Fanta and Glenn Selk. All of them are going on the softs here in front. And I'm on the first driver on mediums. And Sid is past Janneman already. Let's see. Seagull, not quite there yet. Not sure how close Glenn Selk is to overtaking. Let's see. He lifts early. Does not want to make the move yet. There's a little bit of a gap forming between Cherry and Kingsman. I mean, I guess that must be alone because of all the cars that have been between Cherry and Kingsman, right? Cherry must have started like P5 and Kingsman from P8. And then of course Cherry is now caught up with the top guys here. Oh no, Perry was... Perry. Yeah. Cherry the Platypus. No, he was starting from P4, but he did get that good start. Jump up immediately. Let's see, Glenselk. I can't quite make it around the outside. Does have a better angle for this turn though. Looking up the inside here, but in the end it's just gonna be a bit more speed out of that one. Actually no, he's losing out big time to Fanta. Not sure if Fanta's dumping a lot of energy to stay ahead. Decent turns by the two of them. Still staying close together, no one really losing or gaining here. Oh, this is a little bit deep by Glenselk. Right, and Sid is already up into P4. Okay, MQ has just said that his PC had crashed. I am not entirely sure if he is already fully back, but I'm just gonna give him another invite just in case. Caution, Sector 3. Oh, Janneman is Spanneman. Definitely killed by Seagull here. Ruthless driving by Seagull for sure. Absolutely. Couldn't be skill issue. The three here up front still fighting is probably gonna play into Sid's hands. About a 2-second gap for now. Cherry following these two closely behind. Glenselk with the DRS now. Not even sure if he can drain much of the energy the car ahead has. Getting over the line to turn lap 4 in the same order. Let's have a look if there's any other battles we could watch. I guess Kingsman did just get overtaken by Sid 1 or 2 laps ago. Not really realistic that he can make it back past on pace, but he is just behind, does have the DRS, and most importantly, Sid doesn't have any and is on the inferior tires. It's not gonna be enough though. Kahneman going for the hearts here. Must have crushed his front wing when he hit that wall. I mean, that last turn curb is deceptively easy to spin across as well, so yeah, can definitely see that incident happening. And Sid is not getting closer to the top 3 really. Oh, we were live on board for that time penalty for Eric. I think he's gotten himself another warning already, just 2 turns later. Not that you can really blame him. Curbs here are a must take. And gain you time on pretty much any turn there is. But at the end they are also very easy to just cut over. Because they are so wide and you can take so much of them without really facing any consequences. And Kingsman has actually gotten past Sid, which is interesting enough. I'd have Oh, what? Actually, I guess the softs need to last about 7 to 10 laps to be actually even worthwhile considering at all. So they are probably still quite alright. The initial thought was 4-lap old softs should be kinda bad already, so... They aren't yet, apparently. Janneman with a time penalty, but also with yellow flags, so... He's not only cut corners, he did do so dangerously as well. Very rude behavior. A positional change had occurred earlier this lap. I did apparently miss it. Unsilk now in the lead. There he's just chilling behind these two still. So let's see. What are these guys gonna dish up for us on this next DRS straight? Up side. It is Fanta going back past on the inside. Will he stay ahead though? It does look like it. Yeah, the car strategically placed right where you can't really go around it. I mean, I think you can take these two long drawn turns side by side, but 10 seconds for speeding the pit lane. Okay, yeah. Janneman just wanted to get to retirement ASAP. Honestly, mega relatable. Like, just let me not work in peace. Cherry dropping behind a little bit here, but I mean, as long as he catches up with DRS and keeps up with them, generally speaking, not much for him to do better, really. And yeah, the only thing he has to worry about is gonna be Sid, but he's and Janneman AI, who's coming out of the pits to retire and almost retires the leaders. What the hell? Definitely one of the AI moments of all time. Seagull is now also caught up with Kingsman and Sid. Almost. Took him a little while to get past those few drivers, so Sid did have a good advantage against him earlier. But yeah, now he's back in Sid's range, which... well, it's nice, I guess. Kingsman's gonna just let him through whenever the time arrives. Further up, Van Selk going through, not much of a biggie. These guys know that now is not the time the race gets decided, and they are just swapping positions back and forth every now and then without being in each other's way too much. So, new lap, old DRS straight. This time it looks like Ferrari is gaining the most out of this one. Fanta not being able to take back the lead. But the Racing Bull here gains a 10th of the other two. A little bit closer behind. I mean, it's of course a disadvantage following through the negative wickets, but Generally speaking, is obviously relieving, I guess, to be closely behind the group you're supposed to follow. Didn't Seagull? They're probably gonna start the swapping around shenanigans and stuff very soon as well to catch the top 3, who are of course profiting off giving each other slipstreams every now and then. And yeah, thus like just being generally speedier a little bit. Jerry. Yeah, still having the same view as he's had laps before. So no overtake happening this time around. Hunter stays in front. And well, I guess Cherry's fine with that. He also knows it's still a long race. I think we're gonna expect pit stops in this and the next lap. First few guys go on to mediums most likely. I don't think they're gonna go much longer than 10 laps. Maybe some of them are going 11, but generally speaking, I think yeah, lap 9 or lap 10 is where it's at. Lancel getting back past. Whatever the leaders do, I think Cherry should follow, and they stay out for one more lap. Seagull and Sid swapping positions a bunch here. And not quite happy where they are just yet still. Seagull has had a look up on the inside, but yeah, Sid knows this is not possible to overtake there, and so they don't overdo it. We're here though. Both of them going a little bit deep, I guess. For Sid it wasn't really that bad. For Seagull, honestly, not really neither. He looked like he was potentially going to make a little bit of a lunge, but then Sid anticipated that well and broke a little bit later as well. Took a wider line. Got through there very nicely. As Seagull did get through here very nicely as well. To take P4. These guys are gonna have to, yeah, to do another 5-6 laps maybe, to go to softs. And then they will be the ones with the advantage over everyone else. Oh, Lauda with a spin. That puts him in last position for now. And I mean, Kingsman is putting in a valiant effort to follow so far. It's getting continuously harder. And everybody still staying out. I wonder if there's going to be rain, but like... First of all, it's obviously copium, and second of all, I think the clouds are far away, even though I think we started in fully clear skies. But yeah, I think they're still like far away from it being actual rainy conditions. Lancel past Fanta up in front once again. So, another swap of position here. Don't think so yet. See all too far back. Makes more sense to just wait for the DRS straight to make the move. And here we go. Seagull gets the DRS, and I mean, he doesn't even have to use energy. He's just Nice and easy, go past the opponent. No chance to even deflect. And now we have our first one coming into the pits, and it's gonna be Glenselk, which is honestly a decently wise decision, in my opinion. Not entirely sure if undercut is actually stronger here than overcut, but I feel like it most of the time is. So yeah. Only Cherry and Fanta up there now, and they are starting to lose time on the Aston and the Alpine of Seagull and Sid. Kingsman also has been in the pits. Glenselk is just... it's not just behind MQ anymore. It was probably when he crossed the line, but yeah. Only Seagull and Sid, Cherry and Fanta battling right now. Bottled. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Oh, speaking of bottled, is that Eric? Nope, it is not. It was MQ once again, I think. Once again in this tight right-hander. Losing the traction at the end, and yeah, has lost some positions. Fanta speeding the pit lane 10 seconds as well. So that's his race win ambitions over. Gonna be Cherry, the last one here to have a chance. Unless this was caused by Cherry. Then of course post-race will have penalties removed and dished out instead to Cherry. MQ also speeding the pit lane. A lot of speeders in the pit lane today, but I guess this pit entry coming from... they forgot to change the front wing. Oh my god. Yeah, but yeah, in this pit entry you're coming from like a very fast turn. It's not too much time to slow down. Pit entry line comes very early. Of course it's only 60 kilometers per hour instead of the usual 100. Is it 100 or is it only 80? I think it's 80, right? Still kind of crazy. Imagine people just like casually sitting next to a one-way lane where just 80 kph cars drive through there. Kind of wild. So, Sid and Seagull. Early in P1. Kingsman undercut did not help him greatly against Cherry and Glenselk. They are also not perfectly behind Fanta anymore. Glenselk on the hards as well. Not sure if that is the wisest choice of them all. I mean, he's never gonna worry about tire struggles. But in the end, I think neither is anybody else, right? If you went 12 laps on softs, you can go 14 laps on mediums, right? Unless the mediums are like extra shit around here, but not that I know. Seagull and Sid seem to still be doing alright. Presumably gonna do one more lap as well. Well, let's see. I mean, maybe Seagull pulls the trigger early if he's getting overtaken now and sees that he can dive in for the pit stop without Sid following to pull some sort of strategy. Oh, very close together there. Seagull backing out. There is a Wild Lauda up in the mix as well. Glenselk makes it back past Cherry. They have not caught Fanta yet, but Fanta, Cherry, and Glensock are catching Seagull and Sid. We're losing quite some time on these tires, but I guess that's like supposed to happen. This is really the time where you lose the most if you run an inverse strategy. They are, of course, have a big advantage later on. I think by the end of this lap or next lap, they should come in softs. Unless the wear is like higher when the car's emptier, but honestly it should be the other way around, right? The more fuel you carry, the harder the tire wear hits. Glensock once more being overtaken by Cherry. And yeah, Fanta is gaining on them. He's doing his best to make up the ground for that pit entry penalty. And Glenn and Cherry just swapping around is probably not bad for Fanta here, I guess, since they're not really gaining much time. Let's see. Anyone in? Seagull tried to bait it in there. But staying out for one more lap. That slight flick towards the pit entry. And that's Fanta with the fastest lap. I mean, that would explain why he's getting away from Cherry and Glensock so far. Especially why he's closing up to Sid and Seagull so rapidly. These two, of course, seem to have themselves a proper fight here as well. Not really caring much about the pace they go, but rather about, starting in wheel-to-wheel combat. The 3 yellow flags, probably MQ. Yeah. Oh, 10 seconds as well, retires in the pits. What does happen here? This Sid who holds position. Both of them dive into pits now. Both of them make it without speeding, so let's see. Fanta should be through pretty safely. Fanta is driving the fastest lap after fastest lap. It's just what he needs to do. Oh, and they have a good bit of way to Sid and Seagull there. Even Kingsman went through, is now leading that. The question is for how long does all of this last? I mean, this is just about 10 seconds away from Fanta right now, a little bit less. So that is really what Fanta needs to stay ahead of these guys. I mean, as of now, it looks like he's dropping from P1 to P6 with his 10-second time penalty. Over here, Sid has already gotten past Kingsman. You guys should try do the same as soon as possible. Doesn't want to have Sid escape. Like, they could manage each other sort of fine for the duration of the race when they were both connected, if you will. Time penalty for Eric for corner cutting. So, 8 more laps to go. I think Kingsman's just gonna try to stay with these guys. So that he can at least pass Fanta in the end. With his 10-second time penalty. Over here we have a positional swap. Seagull ahead of Sid again. Can't wait for Sid to counter that in the third sector. Over here it seems like Glenselk has some pretty good pace on the hards there. It's not having too much trouble keeping Cherry behind, or at least at bay. Problem is gonna be Seagull though, as he is gaining rapidly, and I think he might even be on pace to get to Fanta in the end. What I also assume is though that he is burning through his energy right now, which he is, so he can get out of that 1 second window and close the gap to the new DRS opportunity burns ahead. Now we have it, Seagull fast lap 27.4 would have been enough for a P5 I think in qualifying. It was a pretty fast lap considering we were driving race pace here, and full car, still got 7 laps to go. It is louder with the time penalty there for the cutting. And Seagull and Sid are soon to be arriving at this little hunting group for Fanta there. Cherry and Glenn both trying to reach the papaya car. And they will likely be helped on by Seagull and Sid, because I see no world where these two are not just flying past there. And as they are chasing after Fanta, gonna tow these guys with them. Or they'll leave them behind. I mean, Kingsman, they have already left in the dust there. 4 seconds in, I think, just about 2 laps is what they gained on him. Oh, that is Lauda speeding to the pits and retiring in the pits. Yeah, it's pretty much one big battle for P1 to P6. And then there's Eric, who's sitting a good bit back. Let's see, I think Seagull was still briefly at least in the ERS window. But that brief moment was at the wrong time. He's not getting DRS here. He's not having much ERS neither. But he's definitely gonna have it next time round. It's less than half a second now. Just area exit out of the turn and better acceleration and thus better speed on the fresh soft. 6 laps to go, 6 seconds left toward Fanta towards. Okay, nice little line there by Seagull, but none of the others really made a mistake, so it's only gonna be enough for Cherry. Not so much so for Glenselk. Interestingly enough, I think Sid also came through. Yeah, Cherry's now in 5th behind both of them. I suspect it does not take very long for these two to get past Glenselk as well. I'd say it probably happens on the next straight. Just gonna have too much overspeed there, both of them, with the better grip, especially soft versus hard tire, and DRS of course. It's actually Sid to go first at the highest speed out of the 3 of them. I think Seagull is just gonna stick to the inside and push Glenn wide because he can. Now we're chasing. after Fanta. Oh, Glenselk here, good pace, or good at least on the old pit straight. And Seagull trying to have a look on Sid, but not quite finding the opportunity to stick a wheel. Gonna have to wait until here. Five more laps, including this one. So, yeah, the group here is still sticking together, but it's 7 seconds now to Fanta. And I wonder if and when the big jump to get him comes. Because as of now, it seems like he's just about able to hold his gap to the others here. It might be that the softs are already dropping off slightly. But then again, Fanta also still needs 3 seconds because of his 10-second time penalty. Glenselk can keep his position here after getting back past Eagle. Does look like the softs are not the quickest anymore. I mean, Fanta has kept his gap for the entirety of this lap now. I mean, though it is getting extremely grey here, I doubt we can even see any rain in the last few laps. There's not much more to go here. And yeah, it's not even entirely grey, so I don't think that is a concern for us. Only concern now is to catch Fanta. Seagull has caught Glenselk at least. Now trying to not drop out with ERS off Sid. He will most likely successfully do. Yeah, and Cherry so far is just chilling behind all of them. It's not made another move on Glenselk. Well, he has made a move off the track limits now. A 3-second time penalty pretty much eliminates him from the podium. Might even do as much as getting him behind Fanta as well. Currently the gap between Cherry and Fanta is 8.3 seconds, so it's like 7 seconds of this distance in time penalties. So as of now, Cherry would only stay in P5. I mean, Kingsman pretty much out of the picture. No way he's gonna get past Fanta or Cherry unless they do a major mistake. So on track, it's only a positional battle for P2, and with Cherry dropping out of the DRS now, only between Sid, Seagull and Glenselk. And then after penalties are applied, this is really a battle for the win, because Fanta is going to drop behind unless penalty is illegitimate, in which case it would obviously be removed. Yeah, I doubt they can make it up in 3 laps at this point. Okay. A lot of smoke just chilling there. I thought they fixed that actually. Wasn't there like a announcement that they have tackled the recently reported smoke issue? Or everybody just actually locked up there is of course possible as well. Glenn Circus struggling more and more to stay within the DRS window. We'll go back to Seagull here. Look at what he is doing. Kingsman, in the meantime, pitting for fastest lap point. We got around the outside here. This is not a DRS zone, but still an overtaking spot. Did get a very good exit, a lot of speed around that. And is at least going through this section of the track in first position. Highly doubt he's going to be able to keep it until the end of the lap even, so it is probably already all over him again. Well, let's see. Oh, actually no, he's quite far away, so no way he can make that overtake happen. As we are about to enter the last lap of the season. Fanta in the lead. 5 seconds ahead of everybody else. But of course, with the time penalty for speeding the pit lane, it's gonna be demoted all the way down to 4th, I think. As Seagull, Sid and Glensorg battle it out between themselves here. Who is gonna be standing on that top step of the podium? Seagull did get an okay exit here. Very good time penalty, irrelevant, no one behind him. And Sid is not even using ERS here. That's interesting, it's still the last lap, brother. You can use some of that energy, unless you're able to really like use everything in the second half of the track. But yeah, Eagle I think is defending with all he has. Actually he has a lot still as well, so maybe that is how it's supposed to be. They really spent all of this on the very last straight coming up. So let's see. Seagull not getting the best exit here, honestly, and this might be it. Seagull full on the energy, squeezes Sid towards the inside, trying to stay alongside with him. I don't think he's gonna be able to go side by side at this point still. He gets a 3-second time penalty now. And it's gonna drop behind Glenselk even. Fanta, yeah, 10-second time penalty. Gonna drop all the way down. It is Sid ahead of Glenselk and Seagull ahead of Fanta, and then Sherry. Kingsman going to cross the line in 6th, but can he grab the fastest lap point? I think right now he might be a little off pace for that. Fanta saying 2 km/h over. So, yeah, really unfortunate. I think, yeah, Kingsman is not fast enough here for the fastest lap point. Eric, the last one going. Got the fitting tires to the tractor he's driving. Definitely expected the rain a little bit too much. But yeah, Sid, even though he can't win the championship anymore, he does go ahead and win the last race at least. Getting some more constructors points, which I think cements Alpine in 2nd place as well. And himself, of course, in 2nd place, the Drivers' Championship here. God. Yeah. Eric doing Eric things, I guess. Going rogue there, almost taking out Fanta. and finally crossing the line here. 7th in the end. I mean, there's only 10 drivers. You're bound to get points. But yeah, good job on finishing the race regardless. Driver today, Seagull. Gaining 9 positions, just as Sid did. And yeah, I mean, I guess they provided some interesting racing here. And there we have it, final results of the year. Yeah, for everybody watching, thank you all for being here. For all the drivers, thank you for driving. I know it's not always been easy this season. We struggled with the numbers, as every single F1 24 league is doing right now, which is probably the reason why we're not really picking up the competition before Christmas again. Also, like everybody else, like enough to do, at least over here. So yeah, new year, we may relaunch FS. Maybe there's just gonna be like single race events until Christmas. Anything that is fun, maybe old games, who knows. So yeah, stay tuned on the Discord, I guess, to check out what is happening. And yeah, from me and the entire team, special thanks, I guess, to Seagull for keeping the operation running when I was not that present. But yeah, we all wish you a good time for now, and see you around on the till then. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays.